Welcome to Friday. It is a Friday. That means I've almost switched off. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Gee whiz. My tired is tired today, which of course is completely appropriate when you think about the week I've had, especially when you think about the last 2 weeks that I've had. I guess we all get into that space where we just keep going and going and going and going, right? Yeah, I'm not alone here. I know I'm not alone because a lot of you talk to me about this, and every time I bring it up, I always get personal messages and comments on the video and emails sent to me. So I know this is a big deal. We get so caught up in the doing and the doing and the doing that we forget when we step back and have a look at what we've done to actually go, holy moly, Batman, that was a big effort. So yesterday I talked about the celebration, which was awesome. And that's a big thing in itself. But what I actually realized that in the past 2 weeks, I have had the following go on. Celebrated the anniversary of the deaths of my parents, both of them. And I say celebrate because I want to celebrate my parents, not stay in a place of mourning for them. So, but that was a big deal for me emotionally. The anticipatory grief leading up to that was really hard for me to handle. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I don't like being out of control. Priscilla, you're still awake. Here, have my bucket of awesomeness. So during that week, I actually did 2 speaking gigs. I presented a content-heavy training webinar for the Australian College of Applied Psychology, which was fantastic, but it was also pretty tough on me emotionally. And I love to deliver, over-deliver, and I want those experiences to be incredibly powerful. So I make sure that I turn up and that I give everything that I can in that moment. And then 3 days later, I presented brand new content that I've been working on this year around emotional intelligence, specifically in that instance, emotional intelligence in practice for men who I am learning are crying out to learn how they can be more available to the significant people in their world. And that's something that emotional intelligence allows us to do. Excuse me. Oh, Priscilla, thank you very much for your congratulations. And Nicola, hello, lovely. It's nice to see you again. So I did that last week. And this week, I trained a team of rehabilitation professionals on good rehab and how to execute good rehab. And that was a 6-hour training. So that was a huge day for me because I actually had to get up early to make my way into the city. Then I had the freak out because the train stopped moving for about 25 minutes. I hate being late. And then we had the Purple Co birthday yesterday. So, oh, sorry, not yesterday, Wednesday. Oh, God, yesterday was a bit of a, it's just disappeared into the ether. So reflecting on all that I have done and been involved in the last couple of weeks has been phenomenal. And it's actually made me go, no wonder I am tired. So it's appropriate that I am tired. And you can hear it in my voice and I can feel it in my head. I was trying in my yoga class this morning to maintain postures that I normally don't struggle with, but it really felt like my legs were made of lead. And surprise, surprise, my arthritis symptoms are acting up because that's what happens with stress and fatigue, psychosomatic. And so, of course, today I've been in a little bit more pain than I would have liked. But all of those things make sense in context, don't they? And all of those things are okay when you hear me say them. You'd be all sitting there going, Joe, give yourself a break. Joe, of course you've done so much. Joe, how do you get so much done? But my challenge to us is this. How much of that is realistic? How much of that is reasonable? Now, I got through it all, but upon reflection, I don't think I should have 2 speaking gigs the week that we celebrate the death of my parents. How much unnecessary emotional pressure did that put on me? Now, I myself intellectualized and rationalized that that was a distraction and that was a good thing for me, but I'm not sure. Now, there've been no complaints. I'm just talking about looking after me. I'm talking about what it takes to look after me. And I know that when I'm starting to feel emotionally vulnerable and pressured, I will just say yes. We'll say yes to everything because it's important that you all like me and love me. And the best way to make people like me and love me is for me to say yes to everything. I know I'm not alone. Anyone else do that? pretty sure I'm not the only person who does that. Yeah, reality check. So I came to this afternoon going, I am celebrating the fact that I now need accountability around reality check. So I have 5 more working days because I'm choosing not to work again this weekend. There's something very, very special happening on my Sunday, but I'll leave that for Facebook to announce that on Sunday. I've got 5 more working days until I go away for a month, and I'm starting to freak out. I am really starting to go, I haven't done this and this and this and this. And we all know that I am really good at setting completely unrealistic expectations for myself. Thank you, Priscilla. You are human, as same as I am human. It's just I expect myself to be superhuman in the moment because there's nobody in the moment for me to check off against. But I worked out that next week, this is what I think that I'm going to get done. I'm going to hand over all the various aspects of my business. Apparently, that's just going to happen. I am going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blog posts because I've got 2 businesses. One of those, so Joe Muirhead, I'm expecting to write a blog for a week plus some extras. And for Purple Co, I'm expecting to write 3 blogs that can go out over a 6-week period. I'm going to get a ton of social media content created. I am going to write the sales page for the new 5 Favorite People Training Only program. Priscilla, you'll be happy to know. So I've got people ready to buy it. I just can't sell it yet because I haven't got that stuff done. And I'm going to have sent Therapy Reimagined all of my content for my sponsorship and everything that I've got going on there, including the presentation. Yes, I know I'm doing that next week because I'm away by the deadline. And I'm going to have created content for a workshop I'm running a week after I return. Somebody want to tell me that I need to slow down and not be so ridiculous? Thank you, Kate. So I am happy for all of the commentary to go through around, Joe, this is how you can get through that. Joe, that's a little bit unreasonable. Joe, do you really need to do that? Because I actually think that if I saw someone present this to me, knowing what's going on next week, I'd say we're going to need to cut that in half. So I've got some work to do on my mindset, and I've got to give some of this up because, of course, I'm terrified that my business is going to fall apart if I don't do all of this because, like the rest of you, I am human. So, reality check. How much of that is doable? How much should I even attempt? Should I attempt any of it? Don't know. What I do know is that I am not going to engage in the beating up of the JoJo if this stuff doesn't get done. I will spend some time over the weekend evaluating what is important and what is strategic. I will ensure that the important and the strategic get done, which has probably got a lot less to do with social media posting and a lot more to do with making sure I hand over my business appropriately. Because when you compare those 2 things together, social media, yeah. Handing over your business so it can operate, yes. So there we go. That's already one done. So maybe I'll rate them in order of priority. I don't know. I'm going to work that out over the weekend. So we are coming up to the weekend. Hurrah! Looking forward to the weekend. I have a special girly facial thing happening tomorrow. It's my annual facial. I have 1 a year. It's happening tomorrow. Yes, Kate, I am repeat material and reuse things. Got that happening. I'm using a program called Meet Edgar, which is why I just want to populate it with some fresh content. The Therapy Reimagined is not new content for me. That's just revised content. But the content for this workshop I'm running when I get back is brand new content. So there's a little bit of work to do there, but it's stuff I know and stuff I can talk about a lot easily. I just need to provide some content around it, but that's cool. So coming into the end of the week and the weekend, what are you going to do to look after you and replenish this weekend? I'm going to spend some time with a conservation in our bushland tomorrow morning and spend some time connecting with my husband because we've hardly seen each other this week, and I get a visit from my son on Sunday. So until next week, when we can celebrate all things private practice, go be your awesome self.